Welcome to Playwrights Roundtable, where we showcase local plays produced right here in Central Florida by some of our very talented actors and directors and producers. And today we're going to watch While You Dine, a play written by Mick LeClair and directed by Nicole Carson. So while we get ready to talk about this play, you sit back and relax and enjoy While You Dine.
So nice to see you tonight. Again, Dr. Stern, Mr. Stern. Paul will be taking care of you this evening.
Well, I hope he's quicker than he was last night. Last night he was just awful.
The polar ice caps are melting.
Mr. Stern will have his martini and I'll have a vodka sling.
Oh, son of a...
Very well. That will be absolute chilled, correct?
Correct. Bring those to us right away and our salads.
Okay.
Sorry about your table.
Can't these frickin' people eat at home? They're here every flippin' night.
Yeah, that's how it is when you're rich.
God, I hate them. I just hate them both. She's bossy and he's half out of his mind. Pains in the butt.
You better get started on their salads and their drinks. Oh, and she also said, you were just awful last night.
Well, she can just kiss my hairy you-know-what. That old bag. I hate them both.
Yeah, but they have more money than God, and as you know.
Money talks.
And BS walks, so you better get going.
Trish had them ready. She must have seen them walk in.
I'll start the salads.
I hate them.
I know you do.
I meant the salads.
What took you so long with our drinks? I hope this isn't an indication of how this evening is going to be. I simply...
How are you, Doctor and Mr. Stern? So nice to see you.
I want a Happy Meal, no pickle.
Nice to see you, sir. How are you?
What's the toy? I got a girl toy last time. I liked it.
How are the strip steaks this evening?
Out of this world. Well, now, because they're dead.
I don't need your silliness. I asked you a question and I expect an answer, you idiot.
How'd they die? Were they sick?
Sorry, Dr. Stern. I was just trying to lighten things up.
It's so sad that they died. I miss them.
I do not pay $80,000 a year in membership fees to have you lighten things up. Now, do as you're told. We've been here forever and our salads haven't arrived yet.
I'll get them right away.
Here you are, Dr. Stern and Mr. Stern. Your salads.
Thanks, Pam.
You are an idiot! There are no nuts on this salad. How many times do I have to tell you to put nuts on my salad?
I'm sorry.
Yes, you are. Very. I want to see the manager.
Ronald McDonald, he's coming to the table. Go on and bring me my Happy Meal.
Oh, you're gonna need these.
Why didn't you just put them on the salad? You know how she is, Jesus, Pam.
It's early, we're slow, and I need to be entertained.
Never tick off a waiter until everything you're going to put in your mouth is at the table.
Paul, you can't do that.
Oh, just watch me.
Oh my God.
You're nuts, Dr. Stern.
She is. She is.
I don't know why this happens every night. Every night.
I'm sorry, Dr. Stern.
Those words seem to come out of your filthy little mouth quite often.
Excuse me, Dr. Stern. My mouth is not filthy.
Looks fine to me. Dirty mouth, Gordo.
Your mouth is what I say it is. Now go get Chef. I want to see the strip steaks.
Chef isn't here this evening. His wife is in a car accident and...
Call him and tell him to get here. I need him.
The chef needs a doctor.
He's at the hospital with his wife.
He's not a doctor. There's nothing he can do for her. He should be here for me. Go and get him.
Why does Ronald have red hair?
His assistant is here and...
I don't want his assistant. I want him. Now, do as you're told and do it now.
I assure you, Dr. Stern.
I don't
Chef
want to hear your
Marcos-
voice again. Get Chef. Get him now or I'll have your job.
Was that a gunshot? I thought I heard a gunshot. Gordon?
Dr. Stern, here are your steaks of the evening.
Gordon!
I hope they are to your liking.
Little fatty on the ends, but I guess they'll do. That other idiot should be fired. If I had my way, and I just may.
Dr. Stern, Paul means well. He really does. He's just been under a lot of stress tonight.
It's so cute how you stick up for each other. Almost makes me want to cry.
It's like they all act like they hate the Hamburglar, but they don't.
Medium well. And don't forget our steak knives. This place is awful, just awful. I have got to complain to the manager.
You can't smoke in the kitchen? Are you trying to get fired?
I hate them.
What, the salads again?
No, them. Those people, them, the rich. These people who think they're better than me because they have $1 million homes on the beach. These people who can sit in this restaurant and afford $50 steaks. Them people that boss me around. I hate them all.
Yeah, well, get over it. Dr. Stern wants 2 New Yorks medium well. And if you forget the steak knives, she's going to have you fired. So put down your cigarette, learn to love them, and get back to work. Here. Keep your job. What?
Paul, if you will. I'm afraid my wife ordered my steak medium well. I'd much rather have it rare. It just tastes better to me that way. Oh, and a baked potato with some butter and sour cream and just a few chives. Oh, and one more martini, please. Only this time a little drier with some extra olives.
Yes, Mr. Stern. Will Dr. Stern be having another cocktail?
No, I think that's about it for Dr. Stern.
Yes, Mr. Stern.
Paul, I've been having my supper here 5 nights a week for what seems like 100 years. Please, call me Melvin.
Yes, Melvin. Thank you.
I don't mind telling you now, Doris, you are embarrassing me. Good God. And on the other hand, you've never looked better.
And thanks to you, Mick, I never want to dine out again. I think you've had some inspiration in food service.
I have been known to work in a restaurant or two in my life.
Okay, we're going to talk a little bit about that after we take this short intermission. We'll come back with a conversation with Mick LeClair and Nicole Carson about While You Dine.
Never tick off a waiter until everything you're going to put in your mouth is at the table.
Paul, you can't do that.
Oh, just watch me.
You've just seen another quick clip from While You Dine, a play written by Mick LeClair and directed by Nicole Carson. Welcome to Playwrights Roundtable, the show.
Thank you.
Nice to have you. So yes, you've had some food service experience. Please tell me you've never spit out the peanuts.
I swear I have never spit out the peanuts.
Okay, well, tell me a little bit about this play.
Well, actually, it's loosely based on characters that I've met throughout my years as working in a restaurant. And in this one case, there was a woman that was actually that nasty and a husband that was that stupid. So to kind of get back at them, I thought I'd write a play about their little, the way they behaved towards other people. And I just hope this play makes it big so it can embarrass them.
Well, it's also, in a larger sense, it's a discussion on some of our little snobberies when we go to a place and we think that we deserve the best and we have no consideration for the little guys.
Well, Paul does have that one line in the play where he says, never piss off a waiter until everything that you're putting in your mouth is on your table. And I think people should kind of go along with that because it's true. Things can happen. I'm not saying they do, but they can.
Let's hope not. Nicole, you were selected to direct this play. How was that process?
They said, we need a director, and I
This
said,
is
all right.
yours. We want you to direct this play.
They said, would you like to direct? I said, yeah. And they said, all right, which would you like to direct? And I actually was on the reading committee also that chose the plays, and this was one that shone out for me. I thought it was very funny, and I said, well, I'd like to direct that one. So
Was one of your prerequisites that I have to star in it as well?
No.
Nicole is also in the
that
play.
was accidental. Things happen, and we had originally cast a very talented actress in the role, and there was an unforeseeable set of circumstances that the final result being that she couldn't do the show, and it was sort of a last-minute step in. We had maybe 4 rehearsals left, and I already kind of knew it from directing it, so I just stepped right in. So it happens.
Mick, tell me a little bit about each character and your process of developing them. What were you trying to get from each of them in terms of their personalities? The gentleman who's a little slow, obviously that's more of an exaggeration than the character that it was inspired by.
Yeah, but not too far, not too far. And I also I oftentimes felt that if something did happen to his wife, Dr. Stern, that he would snap out of it. But he was, no, he really, she led him around like on a little leash, and so they weren't hard to write because they were right there. And I did see him about 5 nights a week for 2 years. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, were they always at your station?
Fortunately, no. There were times when I would switch stations real quick with someone because they had a set table. So you'd go in and they'd say, "You're in this station tonight," and you'd be like, "Oh, no, they're coming in." But so they basically were. They're basically a combination of everyone that's ever made a waiter angry. Just the whole nastiness of them, and thinking that they're way up here and the waiters are down here. Where if the waiter wasn't here, although he's not down here, if the waiter wasn't there, up here wouldn't eat most of the time. And Paul was just basically, I think most waiters who are writers, actors, directors, or want to be something else and just working as waiters, they have that little bit of anger in them that they haven't made it yet. And then there's
Bitter.
always, yeah. And then there's always someone like Pam who likes to taunt them on and says, I'm bored, entertain me.
Now you picked a very final way of ending it all in terms of slitting the neck. Why did you decide to end it like that?
Well, just for dramatic purposes, I think if that really did happen, if a waiter really did go crazy and a woman like that who's always just yapping at everybody, if someone went up to her and actually kissed her on the head, pulled her head back and sliced her throat, there would be thunderous applause. And everyone would just wish that they had done it. And probably everyone would try to cover up the crime.
I hate them all.
Yeah, well, get over it. Dr. Stern wants 2 New Yorks medium well. And if you forget the steak knives, she's going to have you fired. So put down your cigarette, learn to love them, and get back to work. Here. Keep your job. What?
Nicole, you are also acting in it, as we've already discussed, but your husband plays the crazy turn sane doctor, the Mr. Stern at the end.
Yes.
What's it like working with your husband, Brett?
It's easy to arrange our schedules, because all I have to do is call in next room, hey, are you free tomorrow night for rehearsal? Yeah, cool. So, and he's also such a good actor, and he's been in several of these too. And he's,
Yes, he has.
that works a lot around town, and he is just the quickest study on lines. Just like that. He could memorize a 30-minute monologue in 2 days. He's incredible. And, also it was fun. It's fun to see him play a character where he has a lot of room to be wacky. Wacky, such a bad word, but
Yeah, he did a great job
to
at it.
just be
He
so
really
so
did.
far gone that.
You seem to like multiple tasks because you're directing it, you're acting in it, you're directing your husband, you're directing the other two cast members, and yourself. So what's that like?
It's harder to direct my husband than anyone else. Normally you could tell someone, hey, that really stunk. Could you do it again and try something different? But when you say that to your husband, he tends to take it personally, and then he won't do the dishes and won't take the garbage out. So
What were some of the feedback you got from the audience?
we had tremendous audience response during those shows.
Yeah. It seemed to. It was nice for once to have a play going. Normally I'll write them, direct them, act in them, and do. I wasn't even at a rehearsal for this one. I waited till show night to see it, and I was absolutely surprised. I was amazed that it was right to a T. It was beautiful. I couldn't have done any better, and I usually think I can, but I couldn't have done any better.
It's hard to let go as a playwright, but
Well, it was fun actually, and I think I was more nervous going in to see that show than when last year we did Falling Leaves, and I was crazy nervous for that one because you're thinking, what if they don't laugh? What if it's not funny? What if I forget a line? But this one, I was like, it's on someone else if they don't laugh. No one knows who I am. I can just sneak out of the theater.
exactly.
But no, I was absolutely amazed. It was wonderful. I thought it was a wonderful production.
Thank you. We had just the audience was phenomenal, and I'm never nervous when I'm performing in something. If I directed, if I wrote it, I'm nervous as can be. But if I'm in it and I'm on stage, I'm in the zone. I don't have to be nervous. I've never had stage fright. I don't understand stage fright. I understand a lot of people have it, and it's crippling. It can be crippling, but for me, it's never been an issue.
You are nuts, Dr. Stern.
She is.
I don't know why this happens every night. Every night.
I'm sorry, Dr. Stern.
Those words seem to come out of your filthy little mouth quite often.
Excuse me, Dr. Stern. My mouth is not filthy.
Looks fine to me. Dirty mouth, Gordo.
Your mouth is what I say it is.
Now, do you go to the Halloween Superstore for the neck effects?
Actually, a local makeup artist, Tim Hayes, made that for us pro bono. He made it for us and donated it to Play Arts Roundtable. And it was one of the challenges was that we couldn't have arterial spray all over the place for cleanup. And with this format, we're doing one play after another, and it has to be for fairly quick breakdown and setup. So we couldn't have the big gory, which would have been fun to have.
It would have, yes.
Nice big. So we wanted to come up with something that was believable, but not messy. And he had the idea of actually pouring red latex, and we had the idea of, shining it up, and I think it looked pretty good, if I do say so myself.
What's it like blocking a death scene?
When you're in it,
When you're in it.
let's see, how will you kill me this time? Actually, we had another series of plays over the summer, and I was brutally murdered in that one as well. So this is the second time I've been brutally murdered during a Play Arts Roundtable play. I think they're trying to tell me something.
Off with their head.
And Hayes got brutally murdered last summer or the summer before last doing a Play Arts Roundtable scene. So yeah, I don't know what it is with us Orlando playwrights. We're getting a little Shakespearean.
Mick, you have a good way of capturing characters, like with Falling Leaves. We really gave us the stereotypical view of the old lady and the old man growing older and lying in bed together, and all the good one-liners.
Right.
Do you have fun with the one-liners and the zingers? Is that something that's your specialty?
I love it, and I usually, like before I write them, I'll try them out on my wife, which usually gets me in big trouble.
So if you're in the doghouse, you know it's good.
I'm always in the doghouse. I'm just always in the doghouse.
Let's see, if it puts him on the couch, it stays in the play.
That's true.
Perfect. And
That's
we'll
it.
laugh.
That's it, yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure having you both on While You Dine. It was very, very amusing, and it's nice to have a little bit of death scene every now and then.
Oh, yes.
And kill Nicole whenever we can, right?
It's so fun to die on stage.
You die so well,
Yes.
and you direct so well, too. Thank you both for joining
you.
us, and we hope to see you again soon on another show.
Good, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us again on Playwrights Roundtable. We'll see you again soon. Take care. Playwrights Roundtable provides opportunities for authors to have their work read by professional actors. Members of Playwrights Roundtable have seen their works go from cold readings to workshop productions and on to successful full productions. If you love the craft, Playwrights Roundtable is the place. For more information, contact Playwrights Roundtable at 407-788-8468 or check out the website www.playwrightsroundtable.org.